and welcome to Retro Rank Rhapsody. This episode, Sega before the Sonic. Last episode we took a look at Mario games before probably one of the more popular games of the franchise, Super Mario Brothers. So I think it might be interesting to take a look at one of Nintendo's biggest rivals, at least during the 80s and 90s, and that was Sega. Unlike Nintendo, who basically had Mario right from the start, Sega took a while to kind of find a mascot. So that is more what this episode's going to be taking a look at. Sega games in which they kind of tried to get a mascot, but either stuck for a little while, didn't stick at all, or, well, kind of faded into obscurity after their one game. So with that, why don't we go ahead and start? So, if we're going to go through the history, we might as well start with pretty early video game Sega, with this game. Also, the moment you start it up, it already thanks you for playing it.
Good.
Good.
But yes, so this is, as you can kind of see already, this is and go. Pengo. So yeah, this is a 1982 release. So pretty early in Sega's video game stuff. I think they were doing stuff late 70s, but I know they definitely got their start early. Also, that might be a smidge loud. Let's see. But you can kind of see what you kind of have to do. You are a penguin, and you have to... basically, the goal of each stage is to kind of kill those little blob things, the Sno-Bees. Your only method of doing so is to push blocks into them. Let's go ahead and start. Also, I kind of like that push start button kind of animation. Let's start. Actually, it might be... There we go. Okay. Also, how do you feel about popcorn?
I like popcorn.
I like it when somebody combines it with "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" lyrics.
Well, bodies definitely are hitting the floor or the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bloodshed.
The absolute carnage.
Nope. There we go.
So I have never heard of this game or character in my life.
Yeah, it was kind of more obscure because this they used it in a few of their earlier games, but yeah, it definitely kind of died off. Also, this is the first game Sega did this kind of scoring mechanic where they kind of timed you based on how long it took you to do a stage. That screen kind of shows up a lot in early Sega games, which we'll actually be seeing a few of those.
Is this the only song?
Yes. And actually the thing about the song is kind of interesting. So, if you're not familiar with this song, this is a cover of, I forgot who the artist was, but it's the song Popcorn.
Yep.
The thing with it is there's actually two revisions of this game. One that does not use this piece of music, and this version. Damn it.
And this is clearly the better version.
Clearly.
Yes. Oh, no.
Ah, you're running out of time. It's picking up speed.
So this is like Pac-Man meets Sokobon?
Kinda. Oh. Nope, that was dumb. Nope. Oh, okay.
Juke your way through.
You got this.
Nope.
I believe in you, Lola.
Oh, are those like arrow blocks unbreakable?
Yes, because there's actually a bonus that you can... Oh, nope. If you kind of get them so that all three of them are together, you'll get a bonus. But I cannot get it reliably, so I try not to do it. Oh, geez.
Are they indestructible?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
So they do the mercy thing of if you're taking too long, they just also every 2 stages.
Really?
Yep.
Pengo dance.
Toad's Joy.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Nothing more joyous than penguins dancing.
Shit, you're right.
Exactly.
Nope.
Yeah, this game is kind of weird.
Yeah, like, what are you trying to do?
You're trying to kill the enemy, or like kill the
By crushing them.
Yeah. Also, if you so you see those the green things at the top? That is basically how many enemies are going to be in the stage. It's not a timer, which is what I originally thought it was.
It's like how many will spawn, so you'll have
Yep.
one more spawn
Nope.
after you kill them. Or...
Look at that one just kind of like punching out.
There.
It's just tossing fists.
There. Nope.
Oh my god, they are aggressive.
Yes. The thing is, they're kind of smarter than you'd kind of hope they would be. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if there's one left, it'll just kind of go away. If enough times, yeah, because it'll just run away to a corner, Big Dog style.
It knows it's no match against you.
I can't believe you failed to murder enough.
No bonus.
But yeah, this is basically the game. I think the flashing blocks it's the same thing. If you get 3 of them together, you get a special thing. But I'm not fully sure because again, well, 1, they stop flashing after a while, and 2, this game's hard enough to try and kill enemies anyway.
This game's kind of a fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
Rip
Okay,
Pengo.
so yeah, that's Pengo.
No, he's playing with the antler.
It's very cute. Okay, so that belongs on the attack list. Let's see. I would probably put that above Rally X. But below Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid. You know it's great. The Twitch thing, it's great because I love getting the notification. If a raid is offensive, moderate in chat settings. Gotta know your audience, Twitch.
Gotta defend
yes.
against the raid.
Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking between Roadrunner and Rally X. 5. Move the controller out of the way. That is Pengo. 28, 1982. That's 72, I think. 82. Sega? Oh, not Sega Escape. That's an arcade game. I'll put. Actually, I'll put that as a block game. And will we probably say that's more cute than whimsical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have you know it's called Kawaii.
No, that's this one right here.
Oh.
The
Oh,
aggressively anime one. How did you like that rendition of Popcorn?
I could listen to it all day, every day.
I mean, I wasn't really too sold on the popcorn, but man, when Ode to Joy came up, just broke my heart.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Style. It has a little bit of a style of what you can do in 1982. This would have been...
I'd say C. It was all right. Like it wasn't exceptional, but it wasn't like offensive or shitty.
Also, it's good because what the hell was a Sno-Bee? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we ever really got that concept.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's sure did.
so feel. The AI is surprisingly good at dicking you over. Like, there's kind of a neat thing about that, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying to deal with.
So
Especially on early levels.
yeah, so what I want to say is, how did it feel to like know when you're allowed to push the blocks? Because it looked to me it was unclear when you were allowed to push and when the enemy was destroying it.
Basically, it is if it's in the animation of being destroyed, you cannot push it.
Also, the second the enemy touches it, it is
Yeah.
being destroyed.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there should have been more telegraphing that they're like about to push a block, because a lot of the times they would just like go towards it because they only have 4 directions. They're actually just moving in that direction. They didn't want to push.
Yeah. So I would probably put C. Because, other than that, it felt fine.
Yeah, it looked like a fine sort of puzzle-ish game, but it's just kind of an ass.
Mm-hmm. Impact. This is definitely... I would probably... Because the thing is, if it was relatively well known if you're familiar with like this era of arcade game, but if you are not really into that scene, then this is pretty much unknowable. Because the only other Pengo game was like there was a Pengo game for like the Genesis or like the Mega Drive in Japan. It was like in '95, but that's about it. So I would probably put D. Oh, that's B.
Yeah.
Okay. Then age. Oh, it's definitely aged quite a bit.
Definitely. D.
I mean,
C.
it seems perfectly playable to me. Like, it doesn't seem like you were wrestling with too much or like jank. So I don't know. I'd go
Yeah,
to C.
see, it's perfectly like easy to pick up and play and everything.
But it does. There is you can tell that it's old, but
Yeah, it's simple enough that it can wear its age fine.
Yep. And then difficulty, I would.
It is an asshole.
Probably put D. That's too terribly difficult, but it is. Yeah, it definitely punishes you for not playing well. Whatever. Yeah. So that is Pengo. Before we get into anything super notable, well, actually, I take that back. There is kind of another. This maybe not mascot's the best way to describe it, but it's definitely a game that kind of Nintendo would definitely use this character more in a different context than the game it originally came from. And I'm going to play. So this originally was an arcade game. I'm going to play the Genesis the Genesis version, but basically it is pretty similar to the arcade, other than the music is slightly different. So this Sega game. This is Flicky. Originally,
You should play the SG-1000.
I will show that version off. So yeah, Flicky, originally 1984, I believe. But yeah, this will show you what you need to do. Once it controls. Oh, hold on. I know what I did.
Oh no.
Problem with multi.
It's spiders,
System emulators.
animals.
There we go. Okay. So basically, what you need to do is pick up the little tiny birds and then get them to the exit. There. We are Flicky. Oh damn, that's what I wanted to do. You might have seen this kind of concept with a Flicky in a slightly different context. So if you're familiar with the game Sonic 3D Blast, that is basically where that game got the concept from.
Did you know gaming? Flicky also appears in regular Sonic titles as one of the animals you can rescue.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, so the thing about this game is that basically this game is basically exist as a result of mapping, or not. This was basically Sega trying to make a map. Also, if any of the birds you have in your possession touches one of the cats, they will kind of get broken from your chain.
They're not cats, they're tigers. Thank you very much.
Yeah. They have a name, Lolo.
Ow, why do you hurt me?
Speaking of cats.
Yeah, wow.
Threaten
It is
to teach
interesting
your cat to
how-
Alf.
It's interesting how this game does feel a lot like Mappy now that you mention it.
I forgot what it. So I was reading up. I know it's in the Wikipedia article for this game. I want to say they originally called this game like. I don't think it was Mappy, but it was something of that ilk. Like it was a game or a name that was incredibly similar to Mappy. And they did basically say it's like, okay, that's way too on the nose. Let's just call it.
Flicky.
I think it was actually Flippy was the name. Let me check that real quick.
Glad they didn't go for the name Mappy's ass, like Crash Bandicoot did.
Right.
Wouldn't it just be assy then?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say ask you something different. I want to say there was a
Wait.
game called...
Wait, does that one bird have sunglasses?
Yes, some of
Yes.
the birds have sunglasses. I don't think that actually makes a difference. It just is there. Oh,
That's
no,
silly
bad.
though. It's not nighttime.
They're just there to
How
look
does it not
cool.
make a difference? How does it not make a difference? They have sunglasses, they're cooler.
Nope.
Exactly.
Rip.
Also, the one nice thing
Oh,
is
that's
that...
neat that they're all...
Yeah, that they stay where they left, or where they were. Although that could actually get, so, as you could probably guess, the left... Also, you don't exactly turn around on a dime.
Oh, is it called Flicky because you flick those items at cats?
Maybe? I don't know.
Dumb cats.
Makes sense to me.
Also, I will say that the trail has a really nice kind of set of physics to it.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? It looks like if you've ever played I remember a Sneaky Snakes. It's like Snake Rattle and Roll or something.
Oh, Snake Rattle and Roll. Yeah, that is also a game that has that same concept.
Yeah, it has the
except
exact same tail
isometric and
physics.
shit.
Well, there's a Game Boy version called Sneaky Snakes,
Huh.
and it was it was 2D. It was just side to side, and it had that exact same tail physics.
I know you're coming.
Nice.
Oh, they combo.
Double kill.
Yes.
Nice.
Eh. I want to say that, so there was I just remember this game particular from a collection that Sega had on 360. I think it was like the Sega Ultimate Collection. That basically, there were some unlockable games in it. One of them being Fantasy Zone. And the way you had to unlock Fantasy Zone was to play this game and get, I believe, that score of 100,000 in order to play that.
How long did it take you?
I think about 5 tries.
I see. What console is this on?
This is, this particular version's the Mega Drive, but originally it was an arcade. Whoop, nope, I can't jump that high. Damn.
Will you unlock the Fantasy Zone?
Hopefully, because that may or may not be coming up shortly. There we go.
You did
You
it.
did it.
Right, we continue on. We can continue on with the episode.
I think we get the idea from Flicky, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Time to die.
Yep, and that's it. Hey, look. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, that is Flicky. However, by request, let's take a look at a different version of that game.
Yes.
Yeah, so Flicky was ported to... Basically, it was the predecessor of the Master System, which, if I remember correctly, it's the SG-1000, but if I remember correctly, it is basically using the same hardware as a ColecoVision. Which means that it's going to be a thing. Let's start. Also, Flicky might be slightly horrifying.
A little bit.
Also, the physics in this version are questionable. Like, jumping from one... Okay, maybe I'm... Okay, for some reason, maybe it's just the fact that I've gotten used to it, but when I was testing this out, jumping from one platform to another was not exactly the most easy task. Also, they changed it so that rather than going through the door, you basically go through that flicky thing at the top. Which...
Doors are hard to animate.
Okay, but can we talk about how Flicky looks like a skeleton bird?
Oh yeah, because the eyes are transparent because they used up all the colors. Oh. Oops.
Yeah, I have an emote version of this on Discord where the eyes are flicky.
Wait, also...
Flicky are filled out.
Oh, it was in the... Oh, God. Also, you bounce off of the walls, or like the platforms, really hard, which is not great. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Ah, God! And yeah, that is that version of Flicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, that's not the version we're going to rank, but I figured that was something neat to look at. So Flicky, also an attack game. I would probably say that definitely fares better than Pengo did. I would probably actually put it, if I'm looking at this.
I mean, it reminds me a lot of City Connection.
It did, but I'd much rather play Flicky than City Connection.
Fair.
Would you play it rather than Mappy?
I don't think that high. I'm kind of thinking maybe... I'm thinking in between Buster Brothers and Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Wow, that high?
It's Super Mario Brothers 1.
Wait, Super Mario
I'd rather
Bros.
play Wonder Boy.
Classic Super Mario Bros?
Yes, the NES one.
The one with the pipes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'd rather play it than that. I thought you meant the Super Mario Bros. Like classic Super Mario Bros.
No,
like,
I mean the side scroller, not the not the
Oh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
50. 28.
Can't believe this is better than Super Mario Bros. Special.
That SG 1000 port was better than Super Mario Bros. Special.
Wow, lol, you really want to hate comments on this? People
You-
calling you a Sega fanboy.
You did not see Super Mario Bros. Special.
Take a look at the platform it's on, and then you'll realize why.
Hell yeah, PC-88.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
an
a porn
incredibly
game.
shitty PC-88 port. Full of piss.
I'd actually kind of did we call Mappy a maze game, so I'd probably call that a maze game too. Kind of has the same kind of mechanics. That definitely is also very cute. The sound was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Very cheerful. I'd probably put maybe a B. The style was also pretty good.
Yeah.
I would also probably put that a B.
It's really good. It's a very flexible IP. You can make cute games, or you can make survival horror games with the aesthetic,
Yes.
depending on the platform.
Yeah, depending upon how many colors you have per sprite. Feel. It felt really good. Like, surprisingly well for a game of that age.
Mm-hmm.
So I would also put that. Actually, probably as B. Impact. I would probably. I don't know if the game Flicky itself. I mean, if people think Sega and Flickies, they're going to think Sonic now. But I don't think a lot of people know of the original arcade release.
But Flicky survives regardless.
That is true. I'm thinking C. But it's somewhere in between D and B.
Well, you have C then, so.
Yeah. Age. This one is aged much better than the other ones. So I would actually I might. Because what other games we haven't done one that is aged A. I'd probably just say B.
Maybe. Yeah. Save the A for something else.
Yeah, and then difficulty. This game's fairly easy to pick up.
Yep.
So I might actually probably say just C. It is an arcade game. But so it has that kind of thing going for it, but yeah, it's not too terribly bad. Oh, I didn't realize until after the recording that I never actually went back to check to see what Flicky's original name actually was. So for that, I brought up the Flicky Wikipedia page, and I will just read verbatim from that. The spark to develop Flicky came from Sega's desire to exceed Namco's Mappy, which came out in 1983, which had become very popular in Japanese arcades. Sega game designer Yoji Ishii's boss wanted him to design a similar Dot Eater game, but better. Flicky was developed over the course of 1 year and was designed by Yoji Ishii in collaboration with artist Yoshiki Kawasaki. The game evolved from a simple game that Kawasaki first envisioned when the player would catch dots in a maze. He took inspiration from a popular song about sparrows on power lines from a 1970s Japanese variety show, Bigoro, Tabegoro, Raigoro. I hope I pronounced that right. And so made the main character a sparrow in the platforms and walls with wires. However, he found the power line theme boring and thus changed the background to an apartment building after taking inspiration from one outside of his office window. Kawasaki felt that anyone who is around children has experienced the emotion of wanting to keep children safe from the outside and returning them safe to their home. From this, the team wanted to imbue a message of protect the children with the game, and according to Kawasaki, it's that emotion that drives Flicky. Kawasaki used a poorly calibrated graphics tablet to draw all the game's graphics. The chirps were originally ambiguous dots that would disappear when collected. Kawasaki changed this so that the dots trailed the player, then increased the size to 8x8 pixels to make way for a more interesting design. The size was just large enough for a simple chick design. To add difficulty to the game, and this is actually an element that I missed, or didn't realize until after, to add difficulty to the game, some chirps were programmed to behave more unpredictably when touched by an enemy. These chirps were given sunglasses and deemed the bad chirps. When game testing began, the team created 100 levels but only 4 background designs, and there were barely any space left in the game. Kawasaki was able to change the colors of the background to create more variety. After testing, Iggy was added to the game. Flicky was originally titled Busty, but an American Sega branch asked the team to change it because of the term's slang usage in English. The game was then titled Flippy, but then changed shortly before release. In 2002, Ishii stated that this was because of trademark issues in the United States. But in 2018, said that it was because Flippy was too similar to Mappy. And that is what the story that I missed earlier, or couldn't remember what it was. So yeah, basically Flicky was pretty much entirely due to Sega wanting to make a Mappy clone, which is, I guess, kind of prevalent, but yeah. With that, I just want to bring that to your attention because I forgot about it during the actual episode. And also I thought it was kind of neat. Let's go back to Sega Inc. So, with that, we brought up Fantasy Zone, actually, which actually, that was kind of Sega's first kind of, I don't know if they intended it for it to be, but yeah, the protagonist of Fantasy Zone, Opa-Opa, kind of ended up becoming their mascot. So why don't we actually go ahead and take a look at this version of Fantasy Zone. We took a look at Fantasy Zone in Ranking of Shmups. In fact, the I think that it's like 7 or 8. It's really high. And when we took a look at the arcade version, the Master System version is actually slightly different. And in fact, I would probably go ahead and say it's probably, of the home console ports of this game, it's actually probably one of the better ones. So let's just go ahead and start. Oh, actually, hold on. There's actually something I'm surprised. Why is there... That's weird, because there should have been a track mode that kind of gave the story. Anyway.
You're gonna have to recap the story now.
This franchise is really weird with its actually having somewhat of a plot.
Spin us a fanciful tale, Lola.
Basically there is an enemy, or like this alien force that is kind of invading Opa-Opa's home, kind of not planet, but like home of the Fantasy Zone, and basically he's out to destroy it. It starts out pretty basic. Also, there's something about, in the plot that's given in the Master System version, is something about, they kind of explain the fact that one of the mechanics in the arcade version, you saw how there was that shop?
Yeah.
Every time you buy an item, the price goes up. And basically, they kind of put into the plot the fact that they've actually screwed up the monetary system, that basically they are experiencing high levels of inflation.
Perfect.
So basically, they actually put into the plot that is why that mechanic exists.
I love world building like this.
This is why you need just good, solid, monetary policy.
Pretty much.
Can't just do things willy-nilly.
One thing that's really weird about this version is the fact that the so 2 of the power-ups you can get are the wide beam and the laser, which are actually really good against destroying bases. Because your standard shot barely does any damage to a base. But they're so in this version, they actually like nerf the damage to the bases, so you still basically are using your bombs in order to destroy the bases. And they're mainly, the weapon power-ups are mostly used for basically anti-enemy rather than destroying bases. Okay.
Okay, but when do we fight Cthulhu?
I don't think we fight Cthulhu. Fight this guy.
No, it's even the fucking point. That was even the
Don't
fucking
die.
point.
Yeah, this feels like if it was a modern game, it would have that like Kirby plot twist at the end where it gets surprisingly dark and serious.
Let me tell you about Fantasy Zone
When you
2DX.
say that, yeah.
Fantasy Zone 2DX, which is basically the cheaters game about PTSD.
What?
It will make sense. I'll kind of explain the plot when we actually beat the game because of that. We kind of need that context to understand why the plot of 2 happens.
Okay.
Damn it.
I've only ever played one, so I don't know much.
Okay. Hold it. Okay, so now that we're in the these levels, I think you can starting to buy the 7-way shot's probably going to be worth it. So the thing with weapon power-ups is basically they're limited. So, damn it. You have a time limit on how often you can use it, or not how often you can use it, but basically how long you have it.
Oh, so you're not buying them, you're licensing or renting them.
Pretty much, actually.
This game is really
Can't
ahead of
believe-
its time.
Can't believe you're buying a PSN subscription.
Yes, I'm buying a subscription to a gun.
Yeah, weapons as a service.
Man, this game has aged great.
Yeah. This game, actually, in all honesty, this game has actually aged really well. Like, because yeah, normally that laser beam would have just completely wrecked that base, but yeah. Also, one thing with the Master System version that's kind of not that great is the fact that there's no map to tell you which bases are still alive.
Is this one of those bosses that have a blind spot?
Not really, but you can make one pretty much. This is basically a boss that's basically testing to see if you have patience. Also, they have modified what how the boss acted. So in the arcade version, as you destroyed the lasers, it would basically skip that, so that if there was like 2 left, it would just constantly repeat those 2 with a brief period in between. In this one, it's just going up and down, and if the laser isn't there, it just skips it. Making this boss a lot easier than it was in the arcade.
I wonder what kind of limitation they had to have to make it like that.
Well, that actually will, actually on this stage will kind of rear its head. Because, also, why isn't... That's also weird, is that sometimes it doesn't give you a shot for some reason, and I don't know exactly why. Also, the stage is weird because, all the bases are on the floor. So, which was, in the arcade version, was good because what you do is you just get the laser beam and just walk forward. And you would be killing them as... Oh god, these enemies are dicks. You would basically kill them as you're just walking forward. In this
What you're
one...
saying is-
Let's test out the bombs. So basically what you do is something like this. Like that.
Ah, yes, that's one of the
Okay,
things.
so here's the thing with the Master
F-bomb
System version that's weird. There's 2 exclusive bosses. This boss is not in the arcade
oh.
version. Because the So in the arcade version, the boss of this was like this weird segmented kind, like it was like this circle thing that had 2 segmented arms that had would involve a lot of sprites. So I'm guessing they just made that boss because it's a lot simpler to draw, even though every other port of Fantasy Zone had it in there. So yeah. There was a port of Fantasy Zone to the 3DS that's actually really good. One of the things, it's based on the arcade version, but one of the things they added was actually the bosses from this version.
Ooh.
Also, you can tell that the version that they used, or that based this version on, was the Japanese version, because this song is a little bit different in the Japanese version of the arcade version. And yeah. I don't think I actually need anything. Also, you can buy 1-ups. I want to put that to Twin Bombs. Just a smidge.
Okay, but how do you feel about Opa-Opa and Smash?
Oh! Okay, that was weird.
Opa-Opa for Smash would be pretty rad.
Opa-Opa would be a great assist trophy.
Now,
How
full
dare you.
character.
No, I would probably put it as an assist trophy.
That's because you're a coward.
That would take up a spot for a Fire Emblem character.
We can get rid of those. We can just get rid of all of them, honestly.
I mean, they should, but they
Make them
aren't.
assist trophies.
Exactly.
Opa-Opa spawns an assist trophy and tanks the item economy in Smash.
Okay, this boss is always kind of a dick.
Oh no, it's snow penguins.
Yeah, it's basically just a giant fleet of not penguins, snowmen that basically just shoot a bunch of shots at you. Also, you can't destroy basically it's a layer kind of thing where you can't shoot the ones on a different layer until you destroy the ones from the previous layer. Okay.
I mean, very simply, you destroy the corvettes, then you move on to the battleships, then the destroyers, and then finally the dreadnought.
Yep. Okay.
Also, look. Waluigi should get in Smash before Opa-Opa. This is just a fact.
They should be announced together. Compatriots.
Waluigi riding Opa-Opa.
Yes.
Well, you could do that by adding Opa-Opa to Mario Kart as a car.
I mean, they tried that with Racing Transformed, or no, he wasn't in Transformed. He was in the first one.
And he's not going to be in that new Sonic Kart either. Sega
No,
keeps
I
it-
mean,
It,
I mean, it's worse than the fact that Opa-Opa's not in. Danica Patrick's not in it.
Yeah.
And look, the best part about Transformed is that Knights was in it, but he was the fucking car. Well, they were the fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, I should point out that it is almost pointless to actually get the speed ups because in this version, Big Wings is basically as fast as you want to go. Going anything faster is basically death. Oh my...
Just uncontrollable.
Yeah, I think I actually don't need anything. Actually, I just will just buy a 7-way shot because I have enough money to afford it.
what about the heavy bomb?
The heavy bomb will make sense a little bit later. I think I kind of want my normal bombs for this next boss.
Wait, were those flying butts?
I don't think... Also, here's the other exclusive boss. So in the original, it was actually one of my least favorite boss in the game. Basically, it was an eye that had these, like, pillars of, like, tornado-looking things. That was always a dick because it was basically a moving... Basically, the boss was more about, can you position yourself correctly versus actually, like, dodging stuff. It was always an annoying thing to fight. In this version, that boss was actually kind of a dick in the arcade version, I guess. Or that the version of the arcade version that was on 3DS, which also trying to speak and play this at the same time is kind of hard. God damn it.
That's
worry,
fine.
Don't worry, we'll talk instead of you.
Okay, let's see. 7-way.
I continue to find this game to be very cheery and lovely.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Though it lacks auto fire.
Yeah, that's kind of the main problem with this version is the fact that it lacks auto fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mildly problematic.
It's great
But
just
that
hearing
guy
you
is
mash on the controller.
Also, here's this boss.
Hey, this guy sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so happy.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So, you win.
Yep. Okay,
The
so
winner
here
is
is the last stage. So basically what you want to do, stock up on heavy bombs, get the 7-way shot. And then this stage is basically a boss rush.
Oh no.
Except if you have a 7-way shot, you just completely demolish bosses. Oh, okay, also, whoops.
Okay, that was a giant fuck you.
Yeah.
Are you talking shit about the boss rush?
Wow.
I mean, it is 16 tons.
Jesus
Rip
Christ.
the toothfish.
16 tons of fuck that boss.
Okay. This is the boss. Unfortunately, also one annoying thing about these boss rush stages is the fact that you So normally, what it would be is if you go left to right, you would always face right. For some reason, they make it so that you actually turn around, and there is zero reason why that should be.
Challenge.
I guess, but that's kind of a dickish way of doing challenge.
Lazy programming, maybe?
No, it's an intentional because they put it in every version of the game because that was in the arcade version as well.
Well, then it's just a dickish way to do difficulty.
It's Dark Souls-ish.
And it's probably so you can get around the bosses and shoot them from the other side if you need to.
It's the surge of
Or
shmup.
a catapult turtle.
Okay, and this guy.
We're not gonna waste bombs on him.
Nope, because I'm gonna need a few bombs for the final boss.
So, can this guy damage you when he's fully expanded?
No, it's only when he's kind of come together.
Oh, he starts moving, okay.
Yep. So the bosses will start changing their... Also... Okay, also, that starts to get problematic.
Yeah, this is awful.
Okay, there we go, let's just... do that.
I appreciate the panic button.
Okay, so... Final
Okay,
boss
this is
would...
weird.
Yeah,
The final boss rears its head.
It's a really bad version of Snake.
okay, and then... There we go.
Another big Opa-Opa.
So yeah,
What?
Opa-Opa, the player, has now destroyed the invading army and restored peace to the fantasy zone. However, he has mixed emotions because of his long-lost father was the chief of the enemy forces. One burning question that will remain with him till his dying days. Was my victory really worth the price I had to pay?
Powerful.
Programmed by Sexy Bob. So,
Oh man.
Warlock Monk.
basically what the plot of 2 is basically, it turns out that the entire game, it's basically something that is very similar to this. Like, it's basically, what it is, it's because, well, there's a really weird master system, or like a sequel to this that, it's like, because there's like multi-segmented thing. I took a look at it at Ranking of Shmups. But yeah, it's really weird and multi-segmented. But it basically turns out that entire game, if you think that it takes place in the Fantasy Zone again, it actually takes place the entirety in Opa-Opa's mind. Because basically what happened is after the original Fantasy Zone, so it's kind of, they kind of put it in lore that basically the Fantasy Zone's kind of always been in war. So what it is that Opa-Opa's dark side, like inside of his mind, after finding out that his father was the enemy forces, was starting to come out. So his father induces like this meditation state inside of him, and basically the entire game is Opa-Opa trying to confront his dark side himself. And the way that you get the best ending, at least in the 2DX version, which was basically an arcade recreation, trying to make it play like the first game, you get, on the last stage, you were able to buy, for like, I think $1 million, is the teardrop item. So the final boss is basically you fighting a dark version of Opa-Opa. It basically, if you kill the dark version, basically it's like, oh, I've defeated the dark version, but I kind of don't feel easy about myself. So he always worries about, okay, is he going to come back at some point? But basically what you do is you use the teardrop item on it when it's about to die. And basically it's realizing that Opa-Opa needs to be more open with his emotions in order to completely destroy his dark self.
Okay.
It's really weird. It's really dark. Also, there is a thing where with light and dark worlds in that game. So if you beat the game entirely, destroying the light. So what it basically is that if you beat every stage on the light world, you're actually destroying the light world, and you are actually becoming Dark Opa-Opa. So basically, if you beat it all in the light world, you become evil, and Space Harrier has to come after you.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the fantasy zone.
Yeah.
Do you have to like beat a balance of light and dark, or do you have to beat only dark?
You have to beat it only dark.
And then unlocks an item you can buy, which you then use to fight the final boss.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
You get the best ending.
Yeah. So that is the Master System version of Fantasy Zone. I think actually what we could probably just do is put over just base it on the arcade version, because the arcade version's similar enough.
It's great though, because you use the power of your tears to overcome your inner trauma.
Pretty much.
It's real good.
I personally would actually put Fantasy Zone above Mushihime's Song of Futari.
Yeah.
It is a really good shmup.
If we're judging it by the arcade version, then I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Lolo. It's like the other half of your brand, so
Yeah.
you're gonna put it on top.
Well, that's how it was in the original, because I would probably put Mushihime Sama Futari below the original, and the original is below Fantasy Zone. So it makes mathematical sense, I guess. That's a Sega game.
Can't wait to call you biased in the YouTube comments.
Okay, but let me tell you about the rant for Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all knew that one, yeah.
It's so good.
That one's definitely cute. The soundtrack, especially for the which also I'll just kind of put for comparison. Here's what the arcade version sounds like. Once I get to it. There's the stage 1 music.
Powerful bass line.
Boss music. Also, just the thing that I was mentioning about the Japanese version have a song difference. Here is what the Master System version is based off of. And here's what the Western version sounds like. So basically they added an additional track to it, essentially. But yeah, the soundtrack for Fantasy Zone 1 is fantastic.
Yes.
It's real good.
I would probably put A. Style. I would probably also put style as an A. The areas just look really good. Even in the Master System version. Feel. Other than it feels pretty good on its own in general. The only thing I would say is not that great is that a lot of versions don't have auto fire, which is kind of annoying.
Also, it has what are basically trap power-ups, which are not great.
Especially in this version. In the original, they're a bit more balanced. It just happens to be this version where they're not that useful.
I mean, you say it, but I also mean just like the jets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's because there is zero reason why you would want to get the rocket engine. Like it is basically it's basically Gradius full power up. Or full speed up.
Yeah.
I would probably put it a B though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Impact. I don't think Fantasy Zone is generally well known. Other than outside of of Sega's franchises, it's not the most popular of it, I guess.
And the general public barely knows about it at all. Aside from seeing
Yeah, well-
Opa-Opa appear in a few places.
Yeah.
It's very I assume it was like pretty well known of its time, but like it didn't have the staying power because it's
Yeah.
not marketing it and pushing it.
I believe mostly it was people who are interested in like Master System people and probably maybe I don't think it was really huge in the arcades, especially over here. But yeah, it's just for the fact that it was a pretty mainline Sega game is basically where it gets its fame from. So I would probably put it maybe a C because Opa-Opa has appeared in other things. But I would not put it at the level of, say, Flicky or Pengo. Well, actually, no, because those are both obscure. So I just
A fine
that
C.
point. Yeah, I think I might just put that as C. Age. This game's aged fantastically.
I would say give it a B.
Yeah, I'm thinking it definitely has some jank to it, but it is aged
That's
better
some
than
jank.
others.
Once again, the boosters and also just the lack of auto fire in a handful of versions, kinda. Eh.
Yeah. Difficulty. I would. It gets.
I would say
I-
C.
I'm thinking either C or D because if we're basing it on the arcade version gets mean. Like
Yeah.
once you hit the
Yeah.
snow, once you hit the snow area, it just takes the kick gloves off and just becomes a massive dick.
I mean, even the version you were just playing was a massive asshole
Yeah. So
as it got further in.
Yeah. So I'll play it.
Still a very good game, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, just to kind of put it to where it was. Wrong one. And that. So, during Ranking of Shmups. Okay. We will. I've been meaning to do an episode based on ninjas for a while, and that is definitely a game I'll take a look at. Basically, Sno-Bee is what Bear requested, and I will accept that.
It is the second ninja game I requested.
It is.
Bear, have I ever told you how much I hate your luck with the scratches?
No, he hosts me.
I don't know.
He hosts me as his sub, so that's why he gets the money.
Yeah, I don't even have to gamble. I just keep getting it.
But yes, that is Fantasy Zone, which I kind of use as a stepping point to show that Opa-Opa kind of was basically actually Sega's mascot for a while. And during Ranking of Shmups, we basically looked at all the mainline Fantasy Zone games. There are two that actually couldn't really take a look at in that series because they technically weren't shmups. But since we're taking a look at everything now, we can take a look at them now.
Oh, God.
Because they are relatively... Well, technically one of them we could have looked at. I just didn't feel like doing it. Let me pop this up. So this is Fantasy Zone the Maze.
Oh god, this thing.
Yes.
Is this Pac-Man but with Opa-Opa?
Yes. Also, those were the actual names of the stages that you would see in the arcade version, but not in pretty much all the home versions. But yeah, this is basically Pac-Man, but Fantasy Zone.
Disgusting.
Touch this spot. Hurry up.
Hurry up.
Thank you.
But yes, you can get power-ups.
And I guess so can enemies.
No, it's just that basically if you don't touch that spot after it fills up, it'll spawn another enemy.
Ah, okay.
Also, you can get more
This is
big
utterly
wings to make
bizarre.
it. Yeah. Oh, nope. Well, finally, getting it. That one. Nope.
Congrats,
Oh,
your
God.
hesitation killed it. Hey!
It's a scoring system.
Yes. Also, each stage has different power-ups.
Top power!
Yes, top power.
This is the stage where they went, we're not actually Pac-Man.
This is what top power does.
Okay, so what's the story of this version?
I don't think they gave it a story. I think they just wanted to make a Pac-Man. I think this is actually mainly... I guess it's kind of meant to be a retelling of the original. Because it's all the same stages.
It's not some heavy-handed metaphor about how lost Opa-Opa is.
No. No, if you want a story-based Pac-Man, just play Maze. Okay. I mean, this would be fine. Oh, also. Oh. Oops.
I like this new enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
How
also,
dare you?
Oh no! Flicky! No!
No.
Can't believe you didn't
Basically,
say Flicky.
so the thing with Flicky is basically that is I believe it's a $5,000 pickup.
Ooh. Very valuable
yeah.
Let
word.
Flicky die.
Just grab Flicky and sell him to the black market.
A bird that collects other birds.
Weird.
Okay. Basically, every stage kind of takes place, or every, I guess, world has 3 different stages.
Oh, that's not.
I mean, it's meant
Yeah,
to be a
I don't
bonus
remember
stage, not
that.
an actual stage.
Mmm.
Okay, but it's not exactly subtle with its appearance, what it's aiming.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
It's a reference torpedo.
No, it's aping it. Let's
I was
be
going to
real.
say, that's almost copyright infringement.
It's
If we're
playing
gonna be honest.
homage.
Look, the devs of this said they were not inspired by Pac-Man.
That'd be really weird, though.
Lords of the Opa-Opa.
How dare you even insinuate? We would-
I would say, what if there was like a Dark Souls of Shmups, but then that basically Cinemora?
Yeah,
Really? Is that the Dark Souls of Shmups?
I would say so.
It's the only, well,
It's got
That-
a deep plot.
it has a deep plot. I would almost think of like, oh, for Dark Souls doesn't go that deep, though. It also doesn't go that
True,
deep
it's mostly
either.
about idiots in silly hats lighting
A
each
dark-
other on fire.
A Dark Souls of Shmups would be every time you pick up a weapon power-up, you have a little weapon description, and it just references things that are never in the game.
Yeah.
It's Radiant Silvergun, but the sword is basically the Moonlight Great Sword.
I'd play it.
I look forward to the next 3-hour Radiant Silvergun stream.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to the next 3-hour Darius stream.
A huge
Oh my
battle.
god. That was a fucking stream.
That was like-
Everyone goddamn died.
Let's do a full retrospective of Darius, and then let's do a full retrospective of all other shmups in existence that are referenced in one shmup
also-
in one Darius game.
Oh, I can't get it. Also,
Nice.
Wow.
Good.
you can do it as much time as you want until it runs out.
Oh god.
You're invincible.
Oh, but it only hits one.
It should. It's the thing is, the bases will get a shield for a reason I'm not exactly sure why, but they do.
For reasons.
So, do you get more money from killing an enemy, or just eating all the dots and then consuming their money?
I'm not exactly certain. It seems like the enemy pickups give you more.
So what you're saying is the best strategy for loads of money is just let shit spawn forever.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, I'd like to point out that the Radiant Silvergun stream was not 3 hours, it was 4 hours.
Oh, it was 4 hours, but like the first hour was other games.
Ah, we're splitting hairs, that's it.
Okay.
Look, he's always the one to correct me on this, alright? So don't you fucking even...
Okay, so yeah, that is Fantasy Zone the Maze. So the thing was with that game is that there was an arcade port called Opa-Opa that is identical to the Match System version. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Fantasy Zone the Maze. I would... Okay, are we gonna say that that's better than Pac-Man?
Yeah. It's got a much
Yeah.
more interesting protagonist.
But are we gonna say this is better than the Fairyland story?
Probably not.
Probably not, because that had a pretty good pace to it. So yeah, let's see.
Basically, this game answers the age-old question of what if Pac-Man had a gun?
Oh, that's what Pac Guy was. He had an RPG. I think it was weird.
Yeah.
Maze. Okay, so that was episode 28, 1987. Hi, Sega. Part of this mess. That was a Maze game. Still also very cute. Sound. It's basically the same music from Fantasy Zone,
Yeah.
except a little bit slightly lower key.
My one complaint would just be the constant noise from picking up the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that might lower it just a smidge. Style.
Still the same style.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aesthetically the same.
Feel. I mean, it's a maze game. But weird that you can shoot stuff.
It's a maze game with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I'd probably for me it'd feel weird to put it in A, but I kinda don't really have any complaints with it. Like probably feels as good as you can possibly get that kind of game. The only thing I think would be weird is the fact that for some reason the bases get shields for some reason, and it doesn't really explain it. Also, there's no real way to tell when a weapon power goes away.
And at least the head one, you got the flickering going on before it went away.
Yeah. So I might put a B just because there are some weird things with it. Fantasies on the Maze did not have much of an impact at all.
No.
So I will put that one at me, actually. Age? I feel Maze games kind of age a little bit better, but it still feels a little like the things from Field kind of make it feel a little bit older. So I'll probably put it B still. Difficulty, I'd probably just put it as C.
Yeah.
This feels fine.
I mean, it's a Maze game.
Okay. So yeah, that's Fantasy Zone the Maze. There was one last game that Opa-Opa was in for the Master System that was like meant to be him as the protagonist. And that was... So, I don't know if it came over here or came to the West, but in Japan, there was a special controller for the Master System that was a dial. That basically it was just a giant spinner.
Yeah.
And this was a game that kind of worked with it. Let me actually...
Kinda?
I say kinda because... so this is going to be kind of a problem of showing it off, is the fact that I don't have a dial.
Spinner.
I don't have a spinner. I have a joystick.
No, you just hold it to the outside and slowly rotate.
This is Galactic Protector. Yeah.
Oh, this thing.
Sweet Jesus.
I remember this from the ROM pit.
This is...
This game controls terribly when you're using a joystick, because basically it centers, and then you move it the joystick left and right a certain amount.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this would still feel like dog shit with the fucking dial.
Yeah, because it kind of expects you to be really precise, and also...
It's just an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is just kinda awful. Also, the Earth is terrifying, or whatever the planet is.
I think that is definitely supposed to be Earth. I'm just gonna let that thing hit the Earth.
Fucking die,
whoops,
Earth.
nope, can't.
Yeah, you can shoot it once and then let it hit. The Earth is really pissed.
Yes.
I feel like
Also-
that should be your new emote. Oh, never mind. This is a new one.
Yeah. The face, they're just as bad, and I wish they'd stop.
They're terrifying.
God.
I appreciate how happy this planet was that you fucking died.
Look, it doesn't
This
want
is-
Opa-Opa's butt touching it, okay?
Absolute ass.
Rip.
Like, legit, Lolo, I'm pretty sure this would still feel like shit, even if it was on the...
it is requiring you to be pretty precise. For something also...
What?
Yeah, this also has
Wow.
2 players.
Look at how fucking synchronized they are. They fucking dance.
Man, I wonder
Looks
why
so
that
elegant.
is.
Okay, that's Galactic Protector. I don't think...
That's terrible is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that game's not great.
No, what you should do is you should have just fucking mapped your right stick to the second controller. And just done
that-
2-player.
That would be more complicated than I feel like doing.
That game
I feel
sucked.
like you should play this online with a second person.
No. I don't...
You hear that, Lolo?
Yeah, Torpo and Lolo teaming up.
The worst idea.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say I would probably rather play... I might actually say I'd rather play Punch Ball Mario Brothers than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not special, because that is
No.
a treat.
No.
I love
was-
Mario. Hmm?
Was Mario Special the one without the actual scrolling?
Yes. And everything was
Oh,
like dog
okay.
shit. It didn't have like proper layers because it was the PC-88.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Why is it doing that?
There was this weird piss yellow problem where a bunch of shit was piss yellow. It felt like crap because it was PC-88. The music was horrible, tinny, and garbled. Just everything about it was awful.
That's also very much still cute. Sound.
Awful.
Bad.
Not great. I'd probably put it more D territory.
Yeah.
Style. How'd you like that planet?
That fucking planet was the only thing like of note, and it was awful and terrifying.
I will put that at a D then.
Feel felt like dog shit.
Yeah.
E?
Impact.
Like, I'm sorry, but if that's E, like, what are your standards for F? Like, the game
Intentionally
actively
bad.
assaults you.
I think that was more, well, yeah, you know what?
No,
actually,
I'm just wondering.
Basically, my thing for F would basically be they didn't even care, whereas this kind of feels a little bit because of what it's trying to work with. Like, it feels hampered by outside forces. Like, it kind of felt like they were meaning to do, like, they were trying to do it as well as they could, but didn't do it quite well enough. Whereas F would be just, like, straight up didn't care.
I mean, I'm not going to assume
I feel like they didn't
motivations
care.
behind game developers.
That also, yes.
Like, this very much felt like sort of a cash-in for the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put it at F. Impact is also... Impact. Age has aged poorly. Difficulty. Incredibly difficult.
Fucking impossible.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to take a little, not an intermission, but kind of move on to, or like kind of sidestep to a kind of weird kind of thing. So I'm not 100% because I think for the next game we're going to look at, we need to kind of do a little bit of, there's a little bit of history you need to kind of understand with this. I am not 100% certain because there's slightly conflicting reports, but as Opa-Opa being kind of a Sega mascot, Sega was trying to, as a company, kind of sponsor some other things. So, we need to watch a video real quick. And let me introduce you to a particular anime. Let me do this.
I know where this is headed. Oh, God.
So let's take a look at this real quick. So this is it's basically Red Photon Zillion. So this is an anime that was brought out actually by Tatsunoko. Brought this out. Fun thing about this, in terms of an anime history kind of thing, was the fact that this is actually the anime that spawned production. So basically, the studio in Tatsunoko that made this kind of spun off into an internal Tatsunoko studio known as Tatsunoko IG. This is the entire reason why Production IG is a thing.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
That's kind of great, actually.
So Sega, if you take a look at the guns that they're using, Sega, I don't know if they sponsored this, but basically they had some sort of hand into it. That basically, the Master System had a light gun called the Light Phaser. That the design of it, at least for one revision of it, was based on the gun in this anime. There was another kind of Sega involvement in this as well, which we will also take a look at, just so we can kind of also see what exactly kind of anime this was. And just show what era it was.
Yeah, fuck copyright.
Yeah, we'll just allow a minute. This will you only need 2 minutes to kind of understand everything of the era that this came from. But yes, as you can see from the title of this episode, Opa-Opa is a side character in this show.
God damn it. Opa, why do you suck so much?
So yeah, Opa-Opa is basically the comic relief of the show.
Basically the snarf.
Pretty much.
What about? I read it more as the wizard from He-Man.
But also, just again, remember what the era that this show came from.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 80s anime was not great in terms of this kind of thing. But yes.
Horrifying.
Also,
Hurl him into the sun.
and yeah, the Noza is basically... So the thing is, this is actually meant to be an action anime, but of course, every action anime from the 80s had this kind of wacky hijinks also associated with it. Also,
This is real dumb.
just to skip ahead after JJ gets exactly what's coming to him.
Yeah, he deserves this.
Okay, but why don't they
Also,
drop
I just
kick him
wanted
into the sun?
to show one really good thing. So basically, the plot of this episode is that Opa-Opa wants to be kind of help the crew. Also,
What,
just a-
what was with the lizard?
I don't know. It was just a thing. Here, let me, where is it? I just want to show this off because this is actually really good. Also, part of the thumbnail for this episode.
Good. Good.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to show with that. So yes, that is Zillion, and the reason...
Oh my god, his mouth.
Oh, yeah, I'll just leave it at that for a moment. Yeah, so the reason why I needed to show that off was this game.
Go on. Oh, what the crap?
So there was a Master System Zillion game.
Oh no.
I am also going to go ahead and say, we're probably not going to take a look at much of this game because this game is incredibly confusing.
It already looks terrible. Oh man, 5
That's
floppy
that guy
disks.
does.
Yep.
The future of technology.
Yeah, I'm glad in this far-flung future they're still using floppies.
Yep.
At least they're not on Laserdisc.
Don't copy that floppy, I scream, stealing back the floppy disks.
Oh my god, it's Opa-Opa. I get that
Yes.
reference.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, please explain it.
Okay, so here are the commands that we need to know. Also, this is a decent rendition of the theme.
Yeah, it's actually pretty alright. God,
Okay,
what are these
that-
commands?
It will make sense in a little bit.
Gotta recover our power already.
So the thing is that, hit start, So one of the things that we need are ID cards, which are basically keys.
Okay.
Also, this is meant to be a Metroid kind of thing.
He walks like Ernest Evans.
Yeah,
I
kind of.
appreciate that the moon is in front of the stars. It's a good touch.
Okay. So this game's really
It's a very close one.
Like, if you controlled JJ like Quap, you'd have Ernest Evans.
Okay, so I need to actually make note of the what's going to appear. Okay, so that's a key card, so we get another one. So if you destroy these things, you will occasionally get power-ups. So that power-up would have given us more health if we had lost some.
Ah, yes, my favorite power-up, bread.
Okay,
Delicious
so...
bread.
Keyword. So those keywords that I'm finding, they have a very important and dumb function.
Oh.
Which will make sense once we get here. Okay. So since I stepped over here, that sounded an alarm. Okay, so we go over here. If you've ever played the game Impossible Mission, you kind of you understand what this thing. So the keywords that I found, there are 4 of them together. Basically, you need that in order to open rooms in like other rooms, open doors in other rooms. And if you take a look at those symbols that I found, if you take a kind of a look at what the symbols actually are, you will see that it is actually a number flipped backwards and kind of like... So like this is a 1, a 2, a 3, kind of a 4 in a stupid way, but a 5, 6, 7, 8 turn on side, 9, 0.
How's that a 4?
I hate this.
It's like... I don't know. But yeah. Also, the fun thing about that is, if you were to write that down, and try and play the game again, the game randomizes those keywords every time you play it.
Jesus.
Can these guys even aim low?
No. Also, these mines are damn near impossible to dodge.
Fine, just eat the hits.
Okay, so let's... Here. Okay, so this one was that's a 0. Also, let me just make sure that this works. So from that previous room, which should be 5... 8, 3.
So yeah, how do you know the order in which you should input them?
I thought that it didn't matter, but apparently that is not true.
So you have to guess the order after you have all the ones.
Or maybe that might not be for that room. Oh.
They got ya.
This game is kinda shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh god, the lights respawned.
Welcome to hell!
If only you could shoot at the mines.
So the thing is that you eventually get gun upgrades, apparently, and if you get the last and final upgrade, you can actually shoot the mines.
What a good game.
I was kind of debating about whether or not I wanted to just show this off for this episode and then figure out how this game works and rank it later, but I'm questioning that decision.
No, this game's really awful.
Oh, they can shoot through walls.
Yes.
Also, the gameplay
you
loop
can.
just kinda sucks.
Oh, also,
I mean,
also one thing that you might... So, if I hit that, the jump button, I do that. Basically, you can kind of sort of parry shots. or dodge them at least. So that means that the jump, you have to hold it down for a little bit and then you'll jump.
Ah.
Weird.
So, to me, so far, this looks like a more involved Metroid as an original NES Metroid, and the original NES Metroid, like, I don't think is that good.
Yeah. Also, so one of those containers is a different shape. You need a better gun in order to destroy it. Also, let's try that. Let's see. 5, 8, 4, 3. Oh, I have the wrong one. So Zillion. I don't know if I can rank that game.
I think you should rank it later if you want to rank it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit more research on how that game works, but in terms of Sega being mascots and like different things, I think that was at least you wanted to take a quick look at it because naturally. Also, I need to get this back up so I can actually see what the chat's saying if they're saying anything at all. Let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, that's. Also, I was gonna go and show a clip that wasn't the only thing that or the only cartoon that Opa-Opa appeared in. There's actually an episode of Muppet Babies called "It's Only Pretendo" that Fantasy Zone makes a cameo in. The thing is that with it being the episodes I can find on YouTube, it's that wonderful version of YouTube video in which they have to try and avoid copyright or the content ID by basically either putting it in like a thumbnail or like zooming it in real quick. So I just don't feel like doing that. So go look it up. I believe it is like season 6, episode 3, whatever. The episode's called "It's Only Pretendo," and Miss Piggy and Gonzo play Fantasy Zone, and like are actually in Opa-Opa that they drew. So it's weird, but yes. So, yeah, so during this time, or after all these games kind of came out, Sega realizes that they needed kind of a Mario-ish kind of mascot.
Oh boy.
So they made themselves a Mario-style mascot for a game that they, and also for the Master System, they kind of wanted a game that they wanted kind of a killer app. Although I think this game kind of came out like halfway through the Master Systems. Well, it came out like a couple years after it came out. But yes, this game is, well, also, let me just make sure I have it set up. Oh yeah, it would have been.
Actually, this game, if it's the one I'm thinking of, came out in '86.
Oh, okay. So, when did the Master System come out? Was it?
I need to check.
I think it was 85, because I think it was after the Famicom.
Yep, it was '85.
Okay. So yeah.
The thing that's confusing about the game you're about to look at is that if it's a built-in game in some consoles, it had the copyright of '91, making it sound like it was made in '91, but it's actually '86.
Okay, so yes, this game is Alex Kid in the Miracle World.
Hell yeah.
The first game starring Alex Kid, who...
But not the best one.
High Tech Land.
Yeah, also... Alex Kid is a weird game. You punch things.
No, get the thing about...
What?
God, you're missing all the content.
What content am I missing?
You missed the power-up.
Wait,
Yeah.
what power-up did I miss?
Rewind all the way. All the way back. So, do you want me to try and lead in?
Sure.
Okay, so basically the star blocks are money, which you earn as currency either to buy stuff in shops or to buy continues, which is a hidden mechanic. And the question marks hold one of three things. They hold a power-up, which you'll open now. You will get the power-up, definitely.
Okay.
So, that power-up is not actually active. If you want to activate it, you have to go into your inventory.
Yep.
Which is...
I don't want to activate it quite yet, because I might need it later.
Yeah, you don't need to activate it. So that's the fire ring, which lets you, like, punch a wall of fire. The second... So the things that spawn in the question mark are always in the same order. So the first thing in every stage will be a ring, the second thing will be a ghost, but the third thing will be a life up. So what you really want to do is, when you break the second question mark, you want to run away.
Oh, I can't.
You can.
Oh, you fool!
You need like a running start.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's not gonna get one of those.
let's see.
So when you break that out, it'll have a ghost, and you can run through the ghost before he starts moving. He needs a few seconds to start moving,
And what did the skull block
then he'll
do?
go through walls.
I think
If you sound a skull
Yeah.
block, it spawns a ghost.
Oh no, there was a different one though. There was like a gold block with a skull.
That one just stuns you for like a second. Like it's an electric shock. There's a few other things like in terms of like power-ups and stuff. Basically anything that's in a block that spawns, you can only spawn up to 3 things in a row. Or up to 2 things. So let's say you spawn a ghost, and then you break open 2 money blocks. When you open the 3rd money block, because the ghost was the first thing to spawn, it'll vanish, because presumably cannot be in the memory. That thing is obnoxiously hard to kill.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave.
I'll tell you right now. So in water, the controls are are obviously floaty.
Oh.
Oh wow, you almost died there. Yeah.
Oh.
No,
oh,
that
I
kills
didn't
you.
see it.
Okay, so you want to break that question block.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, jelly donut.
So depending on which version you were playing, it's either a jelly donut or a hamburger.
Yes.
I don't know which version this is the American version.
It's supposedly it is.
Okay, so what you want to grab, grab the question mark thing. Your power-ups do not stack, so you don't need to buy the fire ring.
Okay.
I love the mystery box.
Controls for this are press right to go faster, press left to go slower, and just jump. So you can also slow down. I think you have like 3 speeds.
Scorpions.
Oh, no.
Yep, and hitting the red thing, hitting an unbreakable block will make you crash.
Yeah, this has a very Wonder Boy skateboard feel to it. Also, I have it there.
Okay,
the
so-
real fuck you.
I'm gonna like,
For a boss fight.
I'm gonna explain to you what the combinations are, for one simple reason. They're always the same, but if you ever mess up, so pick rock.
Yep.
If you ever mess this up, it changes the order of all combinations for all future bosses. So it's always the same until you fail. Now it's scissors. There is a power-up later on that will let you read the opponent's mind, so you can kind of use that to figure out what they're about to use. But otherwise, if you don't have that, it's literally just trial and error. I actually knew people... you can break that one, that's a life. So how it works in general is... whatever the first question mark is will determine what everything else is. Also, do you want a secret stage?
Sure.
But when you break those things, you can break those little circles one by one. So just like stand above it and start breaking it, like there. And it doesn't matter which one you hit; it'll break always the topmost one. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you can just stand there, it'll break.
Oh, got it. Actually get.
Yeah, like there. Yeah, like that. So just keep doing that.
This is real dumb.
It's a secret stage.
So you can go now in the front to break it. And now just try to go through it by pressing down.
Oh, okay.
There you go. And now you'll be going to a secret stage.
This is real stupid.
I thought it was super neat when I was a kid.
It is neat, but also it's real kind of obtuse.
It's very trial and kind of like, oh hey, I wonder if this works.
Yeah, the only way we found it was by accident when we were kids.
Makes sense.
So you want to rewind? Wait, it's fine. Yeah, your jump is higher the more running speed you get. That's one thing you should also know.
Okay.
And if you want that life, do not break the bottommost blue block
Okay.
on that line.
That's what I mean. That got a little bit. Momentum's kind of. That guy. You can book it when he wants to.
Yeah, a lot of these like things you need to reach in the game are mostly like, hey, don't break the wrong block.
I'm pretty sure you could have jumped back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna rewind because he can.
Because he's a filthy cheater.
Also, you're skipping a lot of money. It just hurts
You're gonna
me.
need that
I don't
money.
want another level.
Yeah, Lolo hates money.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing you should also know is, like, you don't need to break some blocks ahead of time. Like, if you have a single block to break, you can jump forward and punch, and you'll actually go through it if you time it well.
Yeah,
and you can jump into grass, you won't die.
Yeah, but it's be slightly obscured.
The only thing-
Slightly obscured.
The only thing that's, like, obscured are the scorpions, and you can still see their tails.
And you can still see that they're jerks.
No, I'm not doing.
Anyway, plot.
Redaxian.
So you can tell that this version that people usually speedrun in this game is the Japanese version, because there's so much text otherwise. Okay, so welcome to your first mandatory vehicle section. So, if you touch the water or hit the red block from below, you'll break down. And how the stage works is, it loops.
Oh, it loops?
It loops 4 times,
Oh.
and then you get the end of the stage. Or if you just crash and go through water, it's much shorter. But it's like a very good way to get money.
I hate that the big villain's name is Janken.
Janken.
Yeah, you're going for stuff I usually don't go.
The real
the bottom ones.
This also is very weird.
It takes a lot of getting used to. It's consistent once you get used to it, but otherwise,
It's like if you tap it twice, it'll do slightly, like, a little bit up, but then it, like, you get, like, it seems like almost an exponential growth of upward momentum.
That's because it is.
Okay.
Stop being so greedy.
I want money.
The more you mash it, it just exponentially, like, shoots you farther up. It's really weird that this is the first stage where you get, like, the bike-copter, because, if you don't know how to use the bike-copter, this stage is, like, really difficult to finish with it. And it's, like, later stages that actually teach you how to use it.
Right, so this is
also,
what, the third loop?
I think it's the third, yeah. I believe it's 4 loops or something like that. But if you get everything in a single loop, I think like you should be set for money for almost the entire game.
I want more.
He's a greedy piece of shit.
Yeah.
Remember
saying that was
remember to
first
subscribe to remember to subscribe to Lolo's channel. There you go.
Just hashtag greed is good.
Milton Friedman streams video games.
So yeah, you can just buy everything.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fucking rich.
I don't need extra
Why
life.
didn't you buy the life?
Because I'm a time
gonna
wizard.
risk it.
Cause he cheats.
Yeah. Sorry, I've never actually played this game with save states.
Please, this is rewind.
This is we're actually just trying to show this game off. We're not actually trying to be good at it.
So yeah, you can skip a lot of the stage with the copter. Also, there's an enemy that suspiciously looks like a Mario.
Huh.
The Darumaka?
Yeah. At least we always called him a Mario because we thought Sega was calling out Mario.
No, it's just a Darumaka. It's.
Well, yeah,
Unfortunately.
now they know that.
Now I know, yeah, but when I was a kid, like, oh, bear of 4 years old, how do you not know what a Darumaka is? Ah.
Yeah, Torpo calling out this
In the-
4-year-old.
Yes, like my
In the year of in the year of our Lord of 1994, how do you not know what a Darumaka is?
Yeah, you should have looked it up on your smartphone. What the hell?
also like my favorite NES game, Legend of Cage.
Yes, Legend of Cage.
7.
Can you guess which level this is? Oh,
Nope.
Is it 6?
Risen already spoiled it. Why don't you just show off what it looks like to die in this game? I don't think
Oh.
people have seen it, and that's pretty iconic.
Pretty good.
There we go. I mean, you could have rewinded.
I mean, I could have. Yes. Is that going to be Ghost?
I
You
think
gotta
that's a
Find
ring.
out.
I think that's a ring. Okay, so there is. Wait. So there is a secret here. No, you cannot make that jump. You need to do the secret first. So break that electric block up above.
Oh, okay.
There you
Oh,
go.
God damn it.
Oh wow, that is a real.
Yep. This game has a lot of hidden block secrets, and actually, when I was looking it up, like a few months ago, I like found some I never heard of or seen because it's like impossible to figure out. You cannot kill fire. Fire is too powerful.
Fire's
And
too
it's
strong.
fire.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why didn't you buy equip the fire ring?
Oh, does that prevent you? Save you against fire?
No, but just
Oh.
use it.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Also,
So
I
that is a
remember-
ghost.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember
But
from
also
my
that
test
is wrong.
playthrough that.
So you can open that. Oh, you should have opened that ghost.
Okay.
Okay, well, you open that ghost. So you open the ghost and you run to the right. Run to the right. There you
Oh,
go. And now
open
go
the
for
pink
the
block.
life. Go for the life. No, go for the life.
I'm trying to. Oh, I think it's scrolled off too much.
Oh, it's you scrolled off too much. There
The
you
joys
go.
of ratchet
Now go
scrolling.
God damn it.
There you
Yeah, but what
go.
about the pink block?
That summons a ghost. But like I said, because this game
The one
has
with the
a
star?
3-act. No, the pink block is a skull.
God damn it.
Oh,
So
the star.
the
The star. That was the thing that opened the passage for him, so he could run away. So
Okay.
non-skull pink blocks, when you press them, they do different stuff depending on where it is. Combination for this one is scissors and paper. So the power-up you got from that secret passage was the read minds of the enemies thing. And as you see, it's a massive dick because they change their mind in the last second every time. So it'll be like, oh no, I shouldn't use paper, it's gonna be scissors. And then the last minute, no, I'm gonna do punch.
Turn that man into a delicious jelly donut to relax.
Okay,
It's clearly a
so
burger.
you're gonna rewind so it doesn't matter, but this is the single hardest stage in the game.
my
yeah,
God.
I thought you meant like I missed something.
no. I mean, like, it doesn't matter to you because you're gonna be rewinding, but this was basically the showstopper level. For a lot of people. Especially on a bike. I don't know if it's, like, easier or harder on a bike.
Okay, it's
If you're good, it's easier on a bike. If you're not good, it's horrible on both. Nice. You can just go through that.
oh, what?
Now keep punching. Just match punch. No, not on his sword. Just crash into him. No, you have to
Okay.
crash into him. And just punch.
Whoop.
No,
Can't
you gotta
believe
leave.
that bear is approving of the murder of this blue bear.
Just
Blue-
dig punch
The
that
blue bear is a traitor. Yeah. So again, this is like the chopper level, so if you
The
crash,
house is
you go
supposed to be
into a
blue,
much
not the bear
shorter-
itself. God damn it. God damn it.
Oh yeah, and you can shoot, obviously.
God.
Shoot the fish. Get a nice fillet.
Nope.
I think this was our favorite level because it's the like actual only level with the speedboat. Good job.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So this stage is also massive, Vic. You have not used the last thing, but I guess you can buy it.
He's loaded, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. You fool! You dare challenge Zeus in his own domain?
So there are two types of clouds in this stage. One of them is high and one of them is low. You can fly over the low ones, but you cannot fly over the high ones.
A low cloud is called fog.
Yeah. No, that's the low cloud.
This lovely Atari 2600 noise.
And, I mean, all of these clouds are pretty low.
So usually if you didn't have the... Oh shit. Yeah, usually if you didn't have the chopper, like if your chopper breaks, you have to go the rest of the level on foot. And that previous section with fire on foot is a nightmare.
I like that they just give you the thing that's only purpose is to break your helicopter if you have it.
So this is rock and scissors. And you're about halfway through the game already, I think.
Rock and scissors. Oh, I mean, that would make sense. It's a paper guy.
This game has a lot of also weird glitches that you figure out only after you play it a lot. One of the common glitches is pressing pause just before a fight when a boss starts because it skips their dialogue, but it also corrupts the graphics and everything.
Okay, I'll have to do that next time.
That sounds great, though.
Ta.
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 Tur.
Ta.
Well, now it's a tur.
Yeah.
But will it become a TP?
Nope.
Come on, you can do it.
You can do it.
More of a
Congrats.
Well, no, that's no longer enough.
So one thing you should know about these rooms, the breakable blocks reset when you go and back.
Okay.
Okay, so this section is really rude. You managed to do it on the first try. Usually what we did as kids was we saved the levitate stick for it.
Oh, yeah, because you have to be very touchy with the You have to be very touchy with the
Tiny
jump.
tap.
Okay, do I have to go
Yeah,
down or
you can,
down or right? Oh,
you can go right, not left.
I didn't know for some reason because I was thinking of
So you wanna go right, right up,
right up.
because there's a thing you should collect. Yeah, because there's a thing you should be collecting. And honestly, for this, you can just get the fire ring because the fire ring is the most common power up, and it'll just speed things up.
I suppose.
You cannot go through that yet. So there is actually a special slidey move, where if you gain like speed and press down, you will slide below blocks, and then you can just like keep crawling. But it's never mandatory. There is one optional area where you need to do it to go through, but otherwise, like, you don't have to. Just break all of that. Oh, you want to show it off? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I see like that. So it'll just go slowly in any direction, and you can use that. Like I said, it's not.
You'll
It's
get
never
there one
mandatory. Yeah, don't do that, please.
Oh god, you went back so far.
It's fine. Okay. Oh.
Okay, so now you want to figure out the password, but also you want to break. No. So you go back, go down, and go up again.
All right.
Yep. So you want to take get speed and break the topmost layer, and now you should be able to jump on it. Or
Can I
Or
unequip
not?
the fire ring?
so you can kill it by picking the star. Pick the star on your inventory.
Oh, okay. Let me go back.
So that should erase it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you pick any power up, it erases the previous one.
Okay, so...
Yeah. There's no penalty for missing these.
Okay. The Moonlight Stone...
Okay, so go ahead, read it.
Thank you, Alex. The Moonlight Stone is in the Nibbana Kingdom, so you must reach there before Janken the Great does. An autographed letter addressed to Nibbana Kingdom is hidden somewhere in this castle. After finding it, take it with you.
Okay, so now that you've saved him, that's your brother. Now that you've saved him, a letter spawns in the castle, and it's always in the same spot, so I'll tell you where it is.
Okay.
So just keep going normally. You don't want to break that block down there.
Okay.
It is a ghost, and it is ridiculously hard to outrun him, especially because you see how the screen slides with you as you move.
Oh, it doesn't factor into that, does it?
He can slide with you if he's close enough to the edge.
Okay. Also,
believe
am I going the right direction?
All enemies do? Yes, you are.
God damn it.
So you want to go all the way up.
God damn it.
So that's a bit touchy. You want to press slightly left to the right, yeah. And there's a letter. So that hole up there leads to a room you were in previously, so if you fell down here before reaching your brother, there would be no letter.
Huh. So I just go down?
Yes, you go down.
Left or right?
So you see that little... So you have to go right, but left is the optional area I told you that requires you to slide.
Okay.
But the only thing there is the mind-reading janken thing that you already have. So that's the only two places you can get them, the volcano and the other one.
Okay.
Okay, also this is a good place to show off a power-up, but I don't think you need it. So if you press the B thing, you will get a shield and you can walk through fire.
Okay.
Ah, I can see the shield, you're right.
So actually, I didn't actually know this, but basically when you press punch while having that, you'll throw out the B, and it'll spawn a shield around you. But I never knew that just picking it makes you invincible. Also, that's paper. Because what happens is you press punch, the B comes out, and you get a shield. I've never actually tried walking through enemies with that. I've never seen that before.
All right.
What?
So now I have to hit his head 3 times without crashing into it. Well, he has failed twice now, and he has to finish you off, so he sacrifices his life to kill you.
What a sore loser.
It's like the Brutals.
Yeah. So those, people... Oh, you can rebuy the bee now, since you were missing that. So those, like, people-looking stones is basically janken and raid, turning everybody into stone blocks.
That's super fucked up.
Also,
Yeah.
just
Well,
like in
if you-
Super Mario Brothers. Oh.
Yeah.
If you lose rock, paper, scissors, you're also turned to stone. That's basically their method of execution. This one is rock.
Oh yeah, because he's Scissors Head.
So like
No,
a
well-
racer head.
Now, how do you feel about punching Nazis?
What? Oh! I see it. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, right. That's a very unfortunate whirlwind.
Yeah, this boss kind of sucks.
This is the hardest one. Okay, this stage is very bad. This is the only stage where you need to finish it with the vehicle. Like, if you lose the vehicle, it's impossible to finish. And usually losing the vehicle means you die.
If you die, do you get it back?
You restart all the way to the start of the stage.
But
This is the only level that does this. In a vehicle, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, it's the only stage of its, like, kind in the game. And also you go from right to left.
How many loops?
It's very short. Mercifully. Okay, so this is the Nibbana Kingdom, so this is the guy you will show the letter to. Now, because you're showing him the letter, he's like saying these things like, oh, I'm sorry, they already robbed me, blah blah blah, but just take this stone slab instead. And you can see he's beat up. If you don't have the letter, the guy says, I have no business with you, and spawns a ghost to kill you.
Hell yeah.
Wait, don't go inside, go outside first. Press start. So, you now have the pink slab, why don't you open it? Okay, so this is the final code to the game. Like, to beat the final level.
Uh-huh.
There is one problem with it. Can you guess what it might be?
Is it the fact that there's no star symbol? Or there's no...
No.
You're missing a character in the middle?
No. So the problem is... Actually, I'll save it until the end, but it's gonna be very dumb and you're gonna hate it.
Oh, do
Okay.
you read it top to bottom, right to left?
Yes. Because they didn't localize the tablet.
Good.
Okay. No, do it. Okay, it's still there.
No, it's still there. You don't use it. It's infinite. And the letter that you have is just in your inventory.
Do I have both of those already?
Yeah, you do. I don't think you have the ring.
Yeah, you spent your ring. I think. Max, the crown at the bottom left, yes, is a giveaway. When you're a bunch of kids without the internet, and also, you know, it's the 90s, it's really not a giveaway.
I mean, I also thought the crown was just another character.
Yeah. The worst part
It's-
is... Yeah.
No.
You can beat this level easily without the bike, to be
I
honest.
want the bike. Oh, I don't.
Okay.
Or
I mean, it's fine. You already have lives and fire rings.
How is it that you break the opening and corrupt it?
oh, okay.
Oh, what do you mean?
For,
Oh,
for
yeah.
the intros.
Okay,
Oh.
so when he starts, there you go.
Okay, what's the... I take it, is it, scissors?
Rock, scissors. No, rock, scissors. This is one way to corrupt it. There's a bunch of other ways to corrupt it.
Ah!
But yeah, there we go. Now it's... Okay, to beat this boss, after he becomes... Oh my god, he's using fire.
His hand
Just
is
go all the way to...
fire!
Go all the way to the left. Go all the way to the left. That's right, Lolo.
Oh,
You can
wow.
do that as well. No, you can do that. But it's not reaching him. Okay, now you can do it. Yeah, I always did by going all the way to the left because he can't reach you on the left either.
Huh.
Welcome to the big stage. So this is the second to final stage, but it's, for all intents and purposes, the final stage.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that money.
So, I'm gonna show off something else in this game, which, it reinforces my idea that you're punching Nazis.
Okay.
You'll come across it eventually, it's fine.
You really want that money?
Yes.
Also, yeah, you don't. The only reason you need money right now is for continues. How much money do you have?
Too much.
1,500.
So I think a continue is 800.
And he's blatantly cheating, so it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah, so like I don't think you need to care about money, especially because a lot of the money in this stage is just meant to tempt you and trap you and kill you.
Playing upon your greed.
Okay.
But I thought green was good.
I think you can go both right and left, or both down and right. So this is right now. Left is a block. Nice, you didn't fall for it. You can go down right.
Okay. Oops.
It's like a semi-maze. It's not a full maze, it just has a lot of side room dead ends. And there is... Oh, there we go. So this is a gas chamber, where
What?
if the gas reaches the bottom, it kills you.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's real fucked up!
it is.
I told you.
It's like some Emperor Pilaf nonsense. Okay.
No, wait, don't go down there. Don't go down yet. Don't go down yet. You break the top first, because otherwise you can't escape on time.
Alright. Well, do I even need it?
You don't. You don't need
you
anything.
have
Like,
everything.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
you have
Oh,
everything
God.
you need. But yeah, in our naivety, my brother and I always thought that was just a shower, so we just called it the shower.
Oh,
We
Jesus.
didn't really think about it being a gas chamber. So if you go right,
came from
above the archway, yeah, above the archway, if you hit that block, I think that's a secret. On the archway on the right, where you came from.
Oh, right.
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you hit that block.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
So if you hit the bottom block, that opens and you can go down there, but also you really shouldn't.
It is a very obvious trap.
It is so obvious, the only time we used as kids were just like, let's just see what happens. And it drops
Am I
you
missing
to
something?
the previous room. No, you just have to make that very tight jump. You do it by
Yep.
going between the block and the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of the precision platforming sections are not under pressure, so you can like freely like fail them. It's very rare that the game just goes like, oh yeah, like quickly platform like this or die.
I
Nice.
don't know.
Oh.
Get the fish.
Get the fish so they don't gas you.
God, that is fucked.
It is. In retrospect, yes, it's extremely fucked. I only realized it when I replayed the game a few years ago, and it's like, wait a second, that's not water.
Okay. So I think I got here in my test run and I couldn't understand what was going on.
Okay, so
That's
just
the
run
fish.
forward. No, just run forward. So go rewind all the way to the start before entering it. Yeah, you can do just that. There you go.
Okay.
It doesn't crush you as soon as it touches you. It crushes you when it gets half.
Okay.
So you have enough time to go through. If you
Right.
don't get there on time, then this happens.
Oh.
Okay, so this next room, don't go forward. So there's two things you can do. You can show off an extremely bullshit section, or you can completely bypass it with one of the items you have right now.
Is it the staff?
Is it the levitate?
It's the levitate. But also, you can use. We're not gonna show that off, but you can use the staff to bypass the final boss. So just go up the ladder, yeah.
Okay, but what does the mystery box do?
Invulnerability. That's the wrong way. That's where you come from if you fall down the hole.
Okay.
So what happens if you fall down the hole is a water section with only spikes in the middle. And the gimmick with that section is, if you touch the spikes, you die. But because the water pushes you upwards all the time, you're always in danger of touching the spikes from below. Except the game will not auto-kill you that way. If you're floating upwards, you will eventually just touch the ceiling and still be alive.
This is a real
Okay, so
fuck you of a jump.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, so you can bypass that, but you could use a special move too. Sorry, my internet acted up there for a moment.
Oh yeah, you could have used the B ring to bypass that shit jump earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not the B ring, but the B thing.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
It's easy to forget when you're not really using the power-ups and don't really learn them.
Yep.
God damn it.
The only power up that Lolo needs is rewind.
Oh no.
Damn!
Okay, so this one's paper. You can actually, if you use the levitate before entering this room and never touch the ground, you can fly up to the ladder up there and skip the entire fight.
Perfect.
Okay, but that's sprite flickering.
Okay. Alright.
You have to hit his weak spot.
Yeah. Hit his weak spot. Do it.
Oh.
His weak spot is the horn, so you have to do it from the front.
Oh, damn.
And you could just stand behind him and use the fire ring.
I can't equip it. Also, going behind him is actually a death sentence.
What?
Okay, so now you grab that sunstone.
Glad that you turned that man to stone.
Also, one more thing. If you go down the ladder again, you can... Oh, you can't go down. Before you talk to her, if you go down the ladder, before leaving it, the boss will reset.
Huh.
Oof.
And this is the final level?
This is the final level. Have to go to the bottom of the lake. Killing this guy is a bit annoying.
You did it.
But yeah.
Wow, that was pathetic. So, do you remember
Okay,
the
now
order?
thing.
Snipping tool. Okay. Oh.
There you go.
I just appreciate his takeaway from this was, wow, I'm happy I could use this to practice my martial arts for the greater good.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alex
Bad.
Kid
The
for
game.
Street Fighter.
Okay. So yeah,
Word.
that was,
Word, Dad.
that was Kid in the Miracle World. Okay, so
You did it.
I personally felt that I would probably play that maybe above New Rally X. I'd probably rather play Donkey Kong Adventure Island / Wonder Boy.
Well, how fucking dare you?
Yeah, I would honestly rather play this over Wonder Boy at the very least. It's less of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I could, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah. It's my only complaints with Alex is basically it's a little squirrely in terms of the control. But other than that, it seemed fine.
The controls
isn't
are
that
very
kid supposed
loose.
to be a monkey?
He looks like a monkey, yeah, but he's not.
He's
The thing
Goku.
with the controls is that there's such like a wide way to like input them, like especially with the jump. So it takes a lot of time figuring out just the precise amount of how much you have to press the button or hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's much more loose than regular Super Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe putting it slightly below Mario Brothers because I feel Mario Brothers still like it's a little squirrely, but not as squirrely as this.
How dare you?
And I feel like because there just seems to be some things in this that make it feel a little weird if you're playing it completely blind. Whereas Mario Brothers, I feel, is a little bit easier to just pick up and play. But yeah, I would definitely say they're of the same kind of similarity. Like they're very like of the same caliber. Or should we put them in the
Can't
same
believe
tier?
that you offended Bear so much.
Well, to be fair, I'm extremely biased because this is the first video game I've ever played.
Or should we say that Super Mario Brothers and Alex Kid in the Miracle World of the same tier?
Yeah.
I feel that would be fitting.
Yeah,
They're equal
I mean,
rivals.
this game has a lot of problems, but it's also like obviously made with the intention of you like just failing enough times and replaying it.
Mm-hmm. It's the Dark Souls of platformers.
That's exactly fair because there's a lot of this stuff in this game that you just cannot do without trial and error. Like it's impossible.
Oh, actually, no, it's not. That's not the right one I want there.
Like just to give you an example, I knew somebody who owned this game and never got past the first boss because they could never figure out the combination. Which, it's like now you could kind of figure it out after like a few failed tries, but in general, back in the day you didn't know it was randomized. If you fail, you didn't know that the first time it was always consistent and things like that.
Okay, I gotta figure out why it's doing that, but anyway, that's for a different time. Okay, so Alex Kid and the Miracle World, they should be at the same tier. Super Mario Brothers, 1986, by Sega, for this mess. An action game.
The Smiths.
The Smiths.
I would probably say that is happy/whimsical.
Yeah,
It's very whimsical, yeah.
Yeah.
except when the Nazis show up.
And the gas chambers.
Mm-hmm. And the spike pits.
Yeah.
Well, the spike stealing as well.
Also, seeing the people who were literally turned to stone was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Sound.
Actually, maybe it's not as whimsical as we thought.
It's kind of fucked up.
So, should I make it anime then?
No, I think it's fine as whimsical. I mean, you
Okay.
literally
Yeah,
fight
we're-
fucking rock, paper, scissors battles to defeat enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Defeat the Nazis.
To defeat the Nazis, yes.
Sound. I would probably say maybe the
It's
tunes were
okay.
very cheery.
So
Yeah.
there's two problems with the soundtrack. One is that it has like very few tracks and they just repeat all the time, but it has at least as many tracks as Mario Bros. Like it has underwater, riding, level, and boss. The other problem is the main theme sounds a lot like that Duff Beer song from The Simpsons, and once I hear that, I can never unhear it.
I don't know what that is, and I'm kind of glad now that I don't. But anyway, yes.
It's a good use of the sound chip.
Yes. I would
Yeah.
probably then put it. Let's see. I would probably put it maybe. I don't know if I'd quite go A, but I'd definitely put at least B.
I think B is
Okay. Style. This game is very charming,
Yeah.
although a bit weird in some spots. Also, the castle levels are kind of bland, but yeah.
I think it has a lot of charm and style. I mean, like
Yeah.
you ride a fucking boat and a chopper and a bike.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
thinking at least B. Trying to think if I don't know if I'd go full A.
I'm trying to figure out the rest of the library of the Master System, and yeah, it's a B by comparison of what the best stuff is on the system.
What a game has some okay stuff, but goddamn. The game that console, I should say.
And yeah, feel. The controls are incredibly loose.
Mm-hmm.
As you saw me flounder with jumps. Though granted, I was also doing that in Super Mario Brothers, but to a lesser extent.
It is extremely loose, but I'd argue that it's kind of okay because it never really asks you to do precision platforming under time pressure. Like nothing's ever chasing you or trying to kill you. It usually lets you take your time. And I think once you figure it out, it's very satisfying to figure out the exact precise jump. It's kind of like watching a Mario speedrun when they're pixel perfect with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would probably then go. I'm thinking either C or B.
I'd say B. I mean, you also didn't use a lot of power-ups that you had. Like, there's a lot of power-ups in the game that are
That is true.
fun to use. I've never used the A power-up, which is you throw a letter that spawns a million tiny Alex Kids that go forward and run over enemies.
Okay, I'll put B. Impact. This was the Master System game. Practically. I mean, it literally was baked into the Master Systems at some point.
This is when you go on to top lists, like, oh, top 10 best Master System lists. This is like in the top 3 almost all the time.
Yeah, I wonder why.
The only
I
game
mean-
the Master System had.
I should stop being so rude to the Master System.
I mean, it's
That
still
was-
a decent game. Or a good game.
No, it
I
is.
should
It's
say.
a good game. It's just,
Yeah.
oh man, the Master System was a steaming shit pile.
I mean, it had some good games. It had Wonder Boy
Like
3.
Alex.
It had Govelius. It had
True.
It had
Wonder Boy and Monster Land.
Wonder
Look,
Boy and Monster Land. It had
All I'm
Wonder
saying
Boy.
is that Bear, more than anyone, would know the horrors of that system.
I have played through every single Master System
I mean, yeah,
game,
it had-
and not fully, but yeah.
It had that port of Ninja Gaiden. It also had Zillion. It also had Alex Kid in the High Tech World.
Wait, why were you
Oh,
using
yeah.
Zillion as like an example of good things?
I would say those were not. I also put in the same list as Alex Kid
Oh
in the
yeah,
High Tech World.
Yeah, sorry. I
but-
missed that for a second.
You said Ninja Gaiden, though. Ninja Gaiden and the Master System is fucking great.
Oh, I thought maybe I'm thinking of a different port. No, I might be thinking of Strider, actually.
Maybe you're thinking of Strider. Like, Ninja
Yeah.
Gaiden was a fucking amazing.
Okay.
But yeah, this is one of the quintessential Master
Yes,
System games.
I'm going to put it as an A. Age. This game might have aged
It is
slightly.
fine.
It's definitely aged.
Because I think I'd probably put it as C. It's the same thing that kind of happened to Super Mario Brothers. It's just it was a good game of its era, but definitely compared to modern standards, it's a little weird.
It's very unfocused in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, it tries to. It does a lot of like one-off stuff, like one-off stages or gimmicks or things like that, or even enemies. So yeah, it's very much trying to impress and did what was good to impress back then, but now it's just kind of like it feels like it lacks focus.
Yeah. Also difficulty, I'd also put that as a C.
Yeah, it's ridiculously difficult for a lot of reasons. A lot of them kind of shit. Like,
So actually, I
let
probably
me
should put
tell
it lower
you.
then.
Let me tell you about being a kid and needing like 5 years to beat this game because all the rock paper shit is trial and error. Because you don't actually realize that if you fail a rock paper scissors thing, it changes all the future ones. And because the tablet wasn't localized, and also like the platforming is really fucking hard. And also the worst part of this, you know how I mentioned to you that there's a continue?
Yeah.
You continue on the game over screen by holding up and pressing button 2 several times, and then you pay money from your like score to be able to continue playing. That was hidden somewhere in the manual, and I can guarantee 80% of people didn't know about it.
Huh. I was gonna say because the Super Mario Brothers had the kind of a similar thing where you had to hold A and start to continue, but yeah.
I didn't know about that. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Alex Kid in the Miracle World.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take.
It's Alex Kid in Miracle World. There's no article.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll fix that. So yeah, there were a couple other Alex Kid games, particularly on the Master System, as there was a lot of them. Let's just take a quick look at one of them. And this is probably actually the more obscure of the bunch. But it's the game that came after this. So remember Galactic Defender or Galactic Protector and its paddle controller? There's an Alex Kid game that used it too.
Hell
of
yeah.
course.
Alex Kid in Paddle World.
Thankfully, it actually it's a little bit easier to work with because this is
Oh god, this one.
Alex Kid BMX Trial.
I can already feel like this is gonna go poorly.
This
Well-
is gonna be shit.
Well, here's the thing. The thing is
Fell
actually,
over.
since it's using a joystick, it's actually a lot easier to control. So, in order to
Racing Kappas and Tanukis.
Yep. Fucking decked you.
That tree is really pissed.
That was a good jump. I'm glad you tried it.
So I have not liked any Alex Kid game aside from Miracle World, and this is not the worst one. I'm glad
No.
you're not showing the worst one off.
High Tech Land exists, yeah.
When do we sit in place for 20
So,
minutes?
the funny thing about High Tech World is actually the fact that it is technically not an Alex Kid game.
Yeah, like, I'm not even counting that one, I'm counting something else.
Shinobi World.
No, Shinobi World is great, actually. Okay,
Or
there's
is it-
two
oh,
good
Enchanted
Alex Kid
Castle?
games.
Or no, because there's also Lost Stars, isn't it?
Lost Stars
Finally!
is fucking terrible.
What a weird exit. Why,
Yeah.
Alex? Why
Four.
is this your exit?
So the thing with this game that I actually, when I was testing this to make sure it worked, that it reminded me of, it made me kind of question this game, is the fact that, do you remember the game Topple Zip that we looked at Ranking of Shmups?
A little bit, yeah.
This kind of feels like that.
Oh.
Like, not in terms of control, but just what this game is.
Did that asshole fucking sideswipe you and kill you?
Yes. They can attack
What
me,
a
I
dick.
cannot attack them.
Oh my god, this game sucks!
There's not enough bloodshed of your enemies.
Oh my god. This is
All these jumps are
awful.
extremely rude, holy shit.
Whoop.
I think if you go straight ahead, you can make the jump. I do appreciate, like, the trap jump pads.
Yeah.
I didn't.
How squirrely is this? Because it looks really...
Kind of squirrely. Oh,
Ah, yes! Climb into this terrified frog's mouth.
Ah, yes, Alex Kid in War World.
Just this race to getting eaten, which is weird.
Isn't that what all of life is for the animal kingdom? Ah, you already found the exit. Congrats.
Ah, we got et by a giant anglerfish.
also, Pyramid River.
What?
Ah, the naturally occurring pyramids. Or those kappas.
I like how these kappas are eating shit. Nice. I am amazed at
I
the
mean-
music track variety of this game.
None of these are as good as the mighty pyramid at Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
The Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, one of the largest pyramids in the world.
It's true.
Okay, where the hell? Oh, there.
Ah, get eaten by Sphinx Charlie Brown.
Just cause there's nothing I think of more when I think
Wait,
of a
what?
Bass Pro Shop than a fucking pyramid.
But you already were at the South Seas.
Apparently I can go backwards.
That's real dumb. Wait, what?
No, this is a new stage. You didn't have horse enemies or mountains with very weird faces.
Huh. Also, I'm about to die.
No, you must live. Why is there a cap out here?
Why isn't there?
I appreciate the stupid water bike. I really do.
I appreciate how death is inevitable.
Just go in the whirlpool. Go in the whirlpool.
Just fucking die! Oh, he just falls off on his ass. Okay.
Yep.
Game over.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Was this like Wonder Boy, except you have an energy bar for across all stages?
I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like like you're supposed to last as long as possible, judging by the fact that your score is the time.
Yeah, but you replenish that with
Yeah, I guess
the jelly donut.
I guess it is. But yes, that was Alex Kid Alex Kid BMX Trial.
Alex Kid in BMX World.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so that definitely belongs on the Dex list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I would probably put that. Well, definitely over Dream Penguin Adventure.
Yeah.
I would put it over California Games. I would really. You put it up that high?
Yeah, because it felt better than it looked.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I put it over Dream Penguin Adventure, but maybe pole position then.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, because Dream Penguin Adventure is definitely playable, just problematic.
Playable and pretty easy to complete too.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, because that game is incredibly easy.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty alright game. God awful messaging aside.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Oh shit, I missed Point Blank? Fuck.
You did.
Yeah, Point Blank was like one of the first episodes.
God damn it.
That I'll definitely be doing later ones. Let's see. That was 1987, I believe. Not 2097.
In the far-flung future.
It's a mess game.
Can't believe they sent it back in time. This gem of a game.
That's... See, I would say that's... Well, is that more whimsical or cute?
Is there a vor option?
Yeah.
There's nothing...
Go with that.
There's nothing cute about being punched while riding a bike.
I would say whimsical though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called?
Soundtrack. Or sound.
The single song.
No, it had more songs.
Did it? Shit, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it had a couple.
It had a couple songs.
Everything blended together for me, I'm sorry. It was pretty alright though. Like it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't like terrible or offensive. It was alright. So I'd say like C or B, personally.
I would probably go B. Style.
I mean, when Alex Kid pops a wheelie, it's only in style.
I mean, for weirdness aside, like it is actually like a pretty alright looking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will probably put it... I'm thinking either A or B.
I would say B. Like it wasn't exceptional, but it was pretty alright.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Feel. It looks more squirrely than it actually is.
Oh, okay.
Because because if you're using like an Xbox controller or like a DualShock, basically if you use the left stick, you'll actually have analog control. Going left or right, it actually using the paddle in that sense actually might even feel better on a control like that kind of controller than it did on the original thing. So I would probably still, because it is kind of weird that you don't have a method of attack even though you get attacked yourself.
Extremely weird.
So I would probably go maybe
B.
I would
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Impact. This did not make an impact
Yeah.
at all. Age.
Very.
I mean,
It's a
it has
CRD.
less. It has less Nazi symbolism.
Yes.
That is true.
I'll probably put it.
A strong
Difficulty.
C.
It's kind of an asshole, and also it has a bunch of traps that are kind of dickish.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Also, you cannot fight back. Yeah.
I'll put it D. Also, because no, the time we had was like 2.5 minutes, or on the,
Yeah.
whatever that thing. The top time was 10 minutes.
hmm
So yeah. Yeah, so that's that. All right, so I think that was a pretty good look at Sega mascots prior to Sonic. So that is going to do it for this episode. So thank you all for watching. Yeah, that'll do it. If you would like to keep up to date with Retro Rank Rhapsody, you can follow me on Twitter at LoloThePuzzlo, or join my Discord server by going to the URL discord.ldp.life. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stop by again.